And continuing our coverage of the poetry collection Centenary, Poems for Rich on Richard Burton's 100th birthday, the Wyn Thomas File guest today is Maggie Jenkins. Maggie, thanks for your company today.
Thank you for having me, Wyn. It's lovely to be included in such a prestigious project.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's marvellous. Yeah, you're in the collection. In fact, are you the first poem? Am I right in saying that in the book?
Well, I was informed last week that my poem falls on page 13 of the book and is actually the first poem which appears in the book. How it managed to get there, I'm really not certain.
And it's called Row 33. Is this your first published work?
No, I have published poetry before. I also have 4 novels in publication. So currently I'm writing more prose than poetry, but this is obviously a poem which I submitted.
Yep. Okay. Lovely. Yep. Okay. Sorry, I was just doing some adjustments there. So how long have you been writing, would you say?
I first started writing, I think at the age of 9, when my headmaster in school, unbeknownst to everybody, submitted a poem which I'd written for homework to the Platinum Pen competition, which was a national competition run in about the early 1970s. I'll let you do the maths on my current age. And it won. And then I kind of went into the bushes then and had a life and didn't really do anything creative until about 2018, 2019. Apart from writing the odd bawdy poem in work, which appeared in someone's birthday card or Christmas card or retirement function. That was the extent of my writing career.
So the poem is about watching Richard on the silver screen, so you might have done that many times, have you?
Oh, yes. I think I watched a great many of his films. I think his stage career didn't really coincide with my attendances at the theatre. I think I sort of missed his age group or his generation of actors coming through on the stage. But yeah, I've watched a great many of his films and on the quiet, a big fan. The voice just leaves you absolutely speechless. It does send shivers up and down your spine. Nobody can quite get the hang of imitating the voice. But then again, they shouldn't really try.
Yeah, as you said in the poem, it's not the Cowboys, it's not Eastwood or John Wayne, but it's that's a wonderful voice of his that actually captures you straight away. Incredible.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I actually saw an interview with about Clint Eastwood with Richard Burton recently, and the voice is absolutely resonating, you know. Never mind what Clint does on screen. This is Burton, and he's in the set of When Eagles Dare. So it's incredible. What a marvellous voice he had. No, I say, nobody can be like him. He's the one-off. Yeah. So then, the collection will be published on July the 4th. And that must give you a great feeling, yes?
Yeah, looking forward to it. We've had regular updates on the progress of the book to publication. It's got a lovely cover, which was drawn by a local artist, which is a lovely picture of Richard in profile, and it's been put together by Karen and her team, and I think a lot of us can't wait to see it. It'll be nice.
Could you read the last section for me? The one that starts with memory, I think.
Memories I savour. Into my older years, still I sit and watch your work, still I move to tears. You penetrate my darkness, in my matrix you're the glitch, a giant of both stage and screen, and that voice, so very rich.
Nice, very good indeed. Thank you for that. Okay, so how would you construct a piece then? Where'd you get the ideas from?
I'd like to say that they don't just drop in. I usually start with 2 lines. 2 lines will drop in, and I take it from there. Sometimes they take about 5 or 10 minutes to write. Sometimes they might not get completed at all. I wouldn't like to say how long this one took me, but I think it was probably about an hour and a half. Because you sit down and you get into a bit of a flow. And one of the readers on the project said, he said, "I like your work." He said, because he said it's quite musical. He said it flows and it's easy to read.
Yeah, I found
That's just the way I tend to write.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. Keep it simple and just convey a message.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You are a kind of a rhyming poet, aren't you? So the things rhyme with each other. Some poets write abstract kind of work, but you're a rhyming poet. I call you that.
I am a rhyming poet. Yes.
So there we are then. So it's launched on August the 1st. The book. Remind us, you were going to be reading a poem from the book, aren't you? Live at the launch.
On the 2nd of August, there's a reading down in Swansea in the Wyn Thomas Theatre, and yeah, the readers who are attending are reading the poems which they have contributed to the book. There are more on the website, but the one I am reading is Row 33 because that is the one that I've written that's in the book. There are another 3 of mine, I believe, on the website. One of which was constructed at 3 o'clock in the morning. And was cobbled together quite hurriedly and read by another of the readers who was also up at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, "Oh, I'll read this." And that one is basically, it's a domestic argument between Liz and Richard. And it is quite funny. It's quite humorous. Yeah. But that I am reading Row 33 on the day.
There we are then. Marvellous. Well, Maggie, thanks for being my guest today. It's absolutely brilliant to talk to you. That's Maggie Jenkins. Her poem, Row 33, will appear in the Centenary Poems for Rich on Richard Burton's 100th birthday. Thanks so much indeed for being my guest today.
Okay. Thank you for having me.